So let's jump in and get into our value adding show again. It's Mind Your Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa. Welcome to the show of value. This is going to be an exciting one. And like I said, it's the first Friday in the month of May. This day is very, very unique to me in several ways. I'll let you know one after the other. The first one is that it is the first Friday, yeah, in the month of May, and I'm grateful for life. Are you? Number two, it is the third day of the month of May, and as a journalist, I reckon with this day as Press Freedom Day, and I'm very excited for all of my colleagues who are ensuring that freedom, freedom is earned in spite of how costly it might be. I tell you, freedom can be truly costly. Across countries where you have military rules, across countries where you have sit-tight governments, freedom can really be very expensive. And one of the frontline professions where you see people putting their lives practically on the line for the public is the journalism profession. And I am proudly a pen pusher any day. I have very, very great respect for everyone who is a journalist, whether print, whether media, and whether new media. Every single person, or you're an eye reporter, just make sure that you are doing it right. So here is kudos to every journalist out there who is ensuring that we get freedom by serving us the truth, no matter how expensive it is becoming every day. So that's the second reason. Is that the third already? Okay, the first one is that it's a new month. The second gratitude point is that it's the first Friday, so I'm having another opportunity to start a series with you in this month of May. And the third is that it is May 3rd, and that makes it the Press Freedom Day. And number four, it's that month where the entire world gets to stand still and celebrate children. Yeah! May. And as a very, very culture sensitive and people centric organization, this month we are talking about children, looking at it from every dimension you can ever imagine. Get ready. It's going to be value back to back to back. And one of the most amazing thing I love about what I do is I cut across everybody, every sector, every aspect of the world. There's practically nothing that you do or who you are that you aren't going to have to meet me or meet RCV somehow. So, talk about church, talk about schools, talk about public organizations like private organizations, talk about public institutions. No matter what you do, you're likely to meet me somehow. If you're an entrepreneur, you're likely to meet me somehow. And you're likely to also meet RCB somehow. So I'm so excited that in this month of May, we are going to be unboxing and unbundling a whole lot about children. Children are amazing. But you see, there's so much talk around town now about how more and more challenging it is becoming to help them become, to manage them from one phase of life to the other. Caveat, I'm not an expert, but I can tell you that if you follow every show all through this month, there's one aspect of parenting or helping children that you are likely to get extra hold of, and that's called character parenting. Yes, because I'm going to be doing plenty of unboxing of the idea, the phenomenon called character parenting. How do you parent with character emphasis? How do you ensure that you are teaching and then it is thinking? What are the different styles? And so today I'm beginning, and I might be running a series every Friday actually on role modeling. We will mix it with a whole lot of things because I'm not going to stay with parents alone. I will talk about teachers and the huge opportunity that you have to be a teacher and to influence. But I'm going to begin today at the doorstep of parents. You know the huge opportunity it is to be the person who brings a child to the world. Do you know what it means to have first place touch, first place access to life, and to what that life may eventually become? Do you know how true it is that you had the first opportunity to be your child's role model? Whether you missed it or not, matter for another day. But yes, let's get into what I've got today. So today, I want to ask the question and try to answer it. If you're able to join me live, like you're on Mind Your Character Instagram, I would truly appreciate it that you're talking to me and I'm able to talk to you back. Again, if you're going to catch up with this on YouTube, because this is also on YouTube right now, so if you need to do a rewatch over and again on YouTube, please feel free to do that on Mind Your Character YouTube channel. But the point I'm saying is, let's make it interactive. I love it that way, if you don't mind. And should you have been in traffic, at work, or doing one other very important thing or the other while the show was on, and you are catching up later, still feel free to leave messages for me. And take it a step further by clicking like, comment, share across all the platforms where you will find this. I'll truly be grateful, truly be grateful for that. What's the question we're asking today? I'd gone to my Facebook wall to leave the questions there and thoughts. A few thoughts. The last one was, if your child had no need to be afraid that he will be in trouble, what do you think his response will be if they asked him who his role model is? You know the thing that you ask a question and the child like, hey, now me you won't verbalize. I will not answer. I like my life. I will not answer that question. But if your child was sure that there won't be gbege, I will not be in pepper soup, and they will not have to remind me of what I say or what I said over all through the years of my life that I will live on this earth, even until I have grandchildren. Can I freely tell you that you are not role modeling me? Would your child call you his or her role model? If they would not, why? Do you even care to know? A few of that will start today. Wherever we're able to stop today, we'll put a stop to it for the Mind Your Character shows, and then we'll do a part 2 come next Friday. God keeping us alive. However, on my Facebook wall and on RCB and Mind Your Character, you would be served several things that will add value to you in different dimensions. Be they graphics, be they videos, be they sharing from what other people have even done, like contents from other people. But we want to push children into your face beyond May 27. Shouldn't be a May 27 thing alone. We have come. Did you see what we did in the month of March? We practically made it Women's Month. Let's make this a Children's Month. Let's make a month where we rethink a lot of things that we do. Let's make it a month where we are reviewing our cards and we're asking ourselves critical questions as minders, as parents, as educators, as guardians. How am I doing this thing I'm supposed to be doing? And what laurels am I escaping with? So much for so. Question today. The question today is, what's the hardest part of parenting a child? What's the hardest part of parenting a child? I'm choosing to come from this dimension as an entry point. And if I were to answer, so some people answered me on Facebook. Someone said it is that particularly there were a number of people that answered. I remember seeing Madam Eku, that's Mrs. Eku, saying that it's that part of it where I need to learn how to hold back from being angry or being touchy when the things that I'm seeing require that I should be. Someone else said, and that's Auntie Wemi. Auntie Wemi said something like, it's that moment when I had to come to terms with the fact that the way she's talking and how audacious she was becoming with talking had nothing to do with rudeness, had something to do with a trait inside of her that I needed to help her channel correctly. I remember getting those two feedbacks to the question, what for you is the hardest part of parenting? Those are their views. But the truth is, I threw that question out because I wanted to call our attention to one very important, one important word. It's a two-letter, it's a two-word, how do you call it now? Two words. Role modeling is two words talking about one ideology. Role modeling. So, if you ask me, I think that coming from the character development standpoint, the most difficult or hardest part of parenting could be, I'm not putting a finality to it, could be role modeling. Could be role modeling. Guess why I said so? I'll take you one step after another, and wherever I'm able to stop today, like I said, I'll stop. I'm hoping that today I'm at least able to tell you what role modeling is, whether it should be intentional or default, and areas where role modeling could happen. If I'm able to do that today, I've done a very good job with you, I can assure you. Then when I do part two, I'll show you how to be an effective role model. For good, let's see what I've got. So I'll be reading to you what I have right here in my notes. Definition of role model. The first one is from dictionary.com. 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 What's the hardest part of parenting a child? That's the question we're trying to answer on Mind Your Character today. And for me, I'm saying that it is being a role model. It is living your life in a way that you are leaving deposits in the child, whether you know it or not, whether you are conscious about it or not. There's something that is chipping off you and landing on the child without you knowing or with you knowing. So we'll see what's the best way to go around this. And one of the most outstanding things I said in my intro is that parents, you were given by God the first place opportunity to be your child's role model. If you missed it or you are missing it right now, God bless you. That's all I will say. Because the truth is that you had the first place chance, opportunity, and privilege to be your child's role model. You had the first opportunity. They arrived into your hands as parents. You know that joy of saying, oh, the person that first made me a father, the person that first made me a mother. I was listening to Inspiration FM as I was leaving home this morning on radio. And one of the, I think that was Captain Smart and Azu Osimili, and they do newspaper headlines on almost every day. So today's show, they were acknowledging what this day means to each of them. As you said, today I lost my father. I think he said 10 years or 12 years ago. And then Captain Smart said, 16 years ago, a girl came into my life and made me a father. You know, the first time I was called a father. So everybody has. So that person that made you to be called a father and the successive ones that came, that was your opportunity to be their role model. Like you had the opportunity to role model them in every area of life. You could literally have made them all you wanted to be. If you doubt the fact that you could do this, think about royal families. Think about how the moment any child is coming, the one that is a guy is called a prince immediately. You didn't need to have lived one day or not. As you are arriving, they name you that name. They name you the royal name. They let you see you carry the royal, the blue blood. If you are the lady, the baby girl, they call you princess or whatsoever name that dynasty or monarchy would call people like that. And from that moment, they seize the opportunity to groom, to role model. So not only are they training you, they are depicting almost everything in a way that you see the examples. So parents, I need to let this sink. And I know it's never too late to right what is wrong. This is the month of May. Make it a month of reviews. Make it a month when you are reviewing how you have done your parenting so far. It's important to review sensitive areas of life like parenting. You should never think that you've done it well. If you ask me, you have not done it well until life has rewarded you with children who turned out well, with God on your side. So have you reviewed your curriculum? For those who are joining me live, you can leave comments there for me to help me know, do you review your parenting journey? Do you do it? When last did you ask yourself, what kind of role am I modeling? I needed to make this one sing because this is the first show in the series of this kind of shows I'm going to have. I am dedicating the entire month of May together with my team, whether on the RCV core training side, on the talking and show presenting side, to children. And we're looking at everyone who has a responsibility to groom them. The first and most blessed and advantaged being parents. Never you throw away that beautiful opportunity. Let it go beyond the joy of just saying, oh, I'm now a father. It's more than just shouting, I'm now a father. I remember Mr. Eku now. The first one I mentioned was Mrs. Eku. Two of them had engaged with my post since yesterday. The man and the husband said that, interestingly, finds out that role modeling is that one that does not allow you to just assume that all you have to do is be excited about being a father. It puts you on your feet. It makes you want to keep doing things better. I agree with him, totally. Totally. Who is a role model? Who is a role model? A role model is someone who others look to as a good example. A role model is someone who others look to as a good example. The word good example is a key word we will continue to use all through this month. The second aspect of it, a good role model is someone who is worthy of imitation. One keyword, good example. Second keyword, worthy of imitation. The third, he said a role model or a model, okay, a model generally. A model is something that represents an inspirational ideal. Inspirational ideal. Not only is it ideal, it inspires. Not only is it ideal, it inspires. Okay, so a role model is someone who inspires others to want to be like them, to want to imitate them, particularly their good behaviors. So it means that role model is not, from the search I have done so far until I find something different, unlike many words I've interfaced with on my job, I have found that the word role model refers to only good roles. It's not supposed to be speaking about bad. What are some synonyms? It will amaze you, to shock you what I found about some synonyms. That's other words for role model, a role model. Number one, idol. And I've heard people say, oh, my mom is my idol. Okay. The other one, paragon. The third one, example. So you remember that we saw good example. Then the other one, shining example. They were qualifying the example in so many ways. Okay, but let's leave all the example. The next one, icon. So you see, they say somebody is an icon of something. Okay. The next one, hero or heroine. So man, hero, woman, heroine. And another word, prototype. Prototype. That is awokoshe, the one you will look at that will tell you how it should be done. Then role model, far role model synonym is also pattern. Pattern. The pattern that something should follow. Then the next one, ideal. Remember us seeing the word ideal? They say inspirational ideal. Awesome. So ideal. Ideal is another word for role model. The next one, epitome. 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 Another word for role model. That's not all. I saw the word saint. Wow. When I saw saint, I'm like, hey, Saint this, so that I can be Saint Bosede. But truly, the people in Roman Catholic religion who end up being called saints, they mirror, they measure, they exemplify certain aspects of the faith that made them worthy of being called saint this, saint that. But that's huge. That's really huge. And I have two more words. Two more words. Mirror. Mirror. So that person that, if you want to know how you look like or how you should look, the physical mirror shows you what you look like. The role model mirror shows you how you can become. Word. Yes. So the physical mirror, like I've checked the mirror today, and even this back camera, right? I'm always mixing it. This back camera is also showing me my face, so it's acting like a mirror to me, and I'm totally loving what I look like and the brightness of the lights. Well, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that mirror, when it has to be a role model, refers to the person that shows you how you can become or how you would become. All right. And the final one, patron. 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 Amazing, amazing, amazing. I don't have so much time today. But if you are in doubt as to what I've said to you, absolutely emphatically today, is the fact that parents have the first place opportunity to be their children's role model. Did you miss it? Did your parents did they miss it with you? Are you missing it right now with your children? If there's a way you can buy back or bring back the hands of time, like they say, please go ahead and do it. But if you cannot, please begin to talk to others who are in their own phases of life where they need these instructions to please pick it up from there. The children arrived in your hands. This is May, and I'm dedicating my entire May to talking about children. I'm going to get to a point this month when I'll tell you about the future of the world, when it has to do with how we are building. How are you raising them? How are you grooming them? What's the big picture? What do you imagine them becoming? And what role are you modeling to get them there? We're going to say a lot about role modeling this month. I'm going to put a lot at your footsteps to do as work. I'm working too, so I'm not talking to you as an expert. I'm a learner just like you. So this is it. Point clearly stated today. Children arrive first in the hands of their parents, and that makes them the first opportune people who could become role models. Why do some parents miss it? Because they probably are not even aware that they have that kind of role to play. You bring a child into the world and you still want to live your life as you, forgetting that everything you do models a role to the child. And then he says something like, don't do what I do, do what I say. Ironla. Yoruba balance, that means big lie. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So we're in for an exciting ride this very month of May. I told you a lot of other things what I'm excited about today, but I'll tell you the final and the biggest one. Drum roll! It's the fact that today is May 3rd, and that makes it 3 months to NCPS. Yeah! Who doesn't know NCPS here? National Character Parenting Summit. So I'm whetting your appetite and getting you ready for the conversation that is going to be happening inside the room. It's always huge. Oh my, massive. Oh my. Let's not go there. So today is May 3rd, and I'm making an announcement that come August 3rd, there's going to be the 10th edition. Woo! 10th edition of the National Character Parenting Summit. And we are seizing the opportunity of the internationally declared Children's Day, May 27, to make this entire month a Children's Month, to talk about their well-being, to show you how you can help them. And I started a series today on role modeling. What have I taught you today? I've taught you that if you're a parent, You had the first opportunity. But again, what can I tell you as a teacher or a minder or even an employer in the workplace? A lot of people could not get all they needed to grow as normal humans and adults until they started working. And they are right there working with you in your workplace. Come on, you can take it further. There's a lot that the world needs today, and the workplace has become a community where we make people and help them become. It's not just a place to work, get paid, and just go and live life in a dry way. So that has been the show today. That has been the show today. That has been the show today. I will leave you with one very strong note of caution. Never, never leave role modeling to chance when it has to do with children. Never leave role modeling to chance when it has to do with children. Whether they are your children or they are not your children, or they are even subordinates in the workplaces. Role modeling is massively capable of making anyone. Imagine the kind of words I rolled out to you as synonyms of role model: a patron, a mirror, an epitome, a paradigm, a pattern, a prototype, heroine, hero, icon, example, idol, paragon, massive big words. Those kind of words they read in people's citation, and you just like, Baba niye. It comes from a place of a heart that serves and helps people. Yes, Macbeth event says, wow, just like yesterday. Yes, NCPS is Macbeth. I hope you know that you might not be able to come physically, and you are there in your UK. Stay in your UK and watch there, but make sure your money lands there in Nigeria to host it. Oh, good or loud. Oh, good or loud. This is going to be really exciting. I am excited already, you can tell. It is May 3rd, and exactly 3 months to National Character Parenting Summit. We have a huge thank you to do to all of the volunteers that have worked with us for 10 solid years. Not be my, as they say in local parlance, and it not be beans. Hey, I mean, massive salute to all of you. There is Damilare Oshokoya watching. Thank you. I know you are very busy. How did you make time to be on a live surprisation this evening? All right. So thank you. These are the people who have also served in one capacity or the other. Both Magbaz Waye, who is reaching out from the UK, as well as Mr. Damilare Oshokoya overboard. Thank you. And thank you to all of my back end team members. I can see Jeremiah, and I know that Debbie is somewhere around the corner as well. She's actually in this room with me. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. We can make this world a better place. So one of the major ways to do it is as the children begin to arrive. Can we be smart? Can we learn from the monarchies and learn how to catch them young? You may say anything you like about them, the fact that your life is stringent and regimented. Come on, they have a better experience for it. If you're going to build anything that be phenomenal, you must have templates. Templates that are basic, that help people come to what's the minimum standard required, and then they can build on it. I'm excited about the month of May. Follow me, Bosede Olusola-Obasa, on Facebook, on Instagram, and follow me on Mind Your Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa on YouTube, on Instagram, and Facebook. And then follow my team on RCV Character, Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. There's nothing we've got for you this month other than value to serve, back to back to back to back, and it's going to be really exciting. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you, everyone who joined live. And don't forget, if you're going to catch up with this later, it's still the same. Leave me a comment and I will. So Magbaza, if you have not liked or subscribed to Mind Your Character YouTube, please be traveling to that place now. Go and click subscribe. I want to go and look at you there. And same thing for Oga Damilare Oshokoya, please. If we should help our ministry. All right, so thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm going to let my energy in. So today, the much I was able to do was to let you see that it's a privilege to be a parent. Nobody should have been your son or your daughter's role model if you got it right. At least in a few areas of life, they should say, indeed, this is my role model. Because one of the things I'll tell you next week is that there are several areas where you can model roles. So you might not be a 360-degree role model, but there should be areas where your children will not be able to give it to anybody. Yeah, if you knew what you were doing. Okay, if you didn't know it and now you're hearing it, it's time to do it right. We can make the world a better place. And if you cannot repair the adults, can we concentrate on helping the children become? Thank you so much again. Thank you so much. I want my music to play really louder because I'm going into the weekend. And this is how sleek I want your weekend to be. Oh, sleek. Oh, sleek. Oh, sleek. Thank you so much, everyone. Goodbye. Have a beautiful weekend. God bless you. Pam, 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 pam.